Hollywood is really making men wear dresses. Look at Big Mama the movie, and especially Madea. While it may seem like Hollywood is pushing for men to wear dresses, it's important to remember that these movies are fictional and meant for entertainment purposes. Additionally, many actors have expressed their discomfort with wearing dresses, and it is ultimately their choice whether or not to participate in such roles. Most people see this and say, it's normal, it's just a movie. They're not doing this only to entertain people, they're putting the world on an agenda. The Matrix is making women masculine because they're easy to trick and play with. Women make decision with emotion, is so easy to convince a woman. Women fall into temptation more easily than men do. They know that a masculine woman will not speak up about the move of the new agenda because they're distracted with entertainment, social media, work, college, the latest iPhone, and sleeping around other dudes exploring their options before 30. The first target they aim for is black male celebrities. Back then, when black men were slaves, they would get raped by a white man, and the black man's children and wife were forced to watch. White men forced black men to do the woman's job, like cleaning and cooking, while white men did the man's job. They would force black men to wear dresses. This horrific practice continued even after slavery was abolished, with black men being targeted and falsely accused of crimes, leading to their imprisonment and sexual abuse by white prison guards. The impact of this systemic oppression can still be felt today in the disproportionate rates of incarceration and violence against black men. Black people say Black Lives Matter, but you destroy buildings, kill, and rob stores. How people gonna respect that? They've been oppressing black men for a long time because black men would do anything to get money, power, respect, and freedom. Black men making songs that talk about killing, money, and women and having them approved by the Jewish person, they don't even know what the song is talking about, they just like the beats. Radio became so evil when these wicked things were added to people's heads. That's why there are so many mass shootings and thefts. It's an abomination that men shave their faces and wear dresses. You can trim and keep the goatee or mustache. It's an abomination for a woman to wear a man's outfit, it makes men lust, that's considered sexualizing yourself. When a woman wears pants, it shows the curve and tight shirt, which makes men lust. You're sexualizing yourself, and you don't even realize it because of your slave mind. That's why Jewish people always wear dresses, like a woman is supposed to, not pants. Only men wear pants, not women. Share and pray all the time. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
How you gonna dunk the ball with that long ass dress on? What's wrong with you, Westbrook? Turquoise head ass.
Recently, at Hood by Air's FW 2015 runway show in New York, 2 male models walked down the runway with cashmere mini dresses and matching leg warmers. If this is not a biblical sign of the end times, I don't know what is. Luke chapter 17 verses 26 through 30 talks about the day when the Son of Man is revealed being like the days of Noah and Sodom. In other words, the condition of the earth at Jesus' return will parallel conditions that existed during Noah's time and conditions in Sodom. Sodom was a city of extreme homosexuality. You can read about this in Genesis chapter 19 verses 1 through 5. There we have a story when two angels visited Lot in the form of men. Jumping down to verses 4 and 5, it reads, "Before they could lie down to sleep, all the men, both young and old, from every part of the city of Sodom, surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, 'Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them.'" Homosexuality and other similar perversions are becoming more prevalent in our world. Within the last 10 to 15 years, 18 countries have approved the freedom to marry for same-sex couples nationwide, while 2 others have regional or court-directed provisions enabling same-sex couples to share in the freedom to marry, and other countries are currently taking steps to marriage. What's more, Telfar Clemens, the designer of the cashmere mini dress for men, is a known homosexual. In our day and age, homosexuals occupy positions of importance and influence, and they are using that advantage in order to try and desensitize us to the perversity of homosexuality. They don't want to reform their perverse nature, so instead they attempt to desensitize us to it. Clothing that is progressively blurring the lines between genders is one way of doing that. This all started with skinny jeans for men, which has gained popularity over the past 7 or so years, no doubt in part to people in the entertainment industry who often sport them. The entertainment industry often sets the fashion trends of the general population. But that continued progressing, with Lil Wayne pictured here in the middle wearing what appears to be women's leopard print pants. Here we have Kanye West wearing a skirt, and ultimately Young Thug wearing a woman's dress. Make no mistake about it, the homosexual agenda is alive and well in Hollywood, and it's being pushed on our youth who watch these entertainers, and they're being conditioned to believe that there's nothing wrong with this. If you want to dress up like a woman, then dress up like a woman. Here's an example of a men's skirt that you could buy online right now. Here's another one you could buy if you want to look gay in a suit. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's wrong with this? It's just a fashion trend. Well, Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5 puts it this way, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God." In all fairness though, Telfar is not designing for the masses with his cashmere skirts. He's creating collections that his friends will want to wear. It doesn't really matter though, since we've already crossed the line.